and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Ashley and today we will be doing some sewing stuff. We are going to be making a mock-up for a design that I will be tweaking, and if this video goes well, then I will be putting this product online to sell. Today we are going to be making the Simplicity 1582 and we're going to be making the design C, but this mock-up will be going to my sister-in-law for her birthday next month. She's currently out of town right now. When she gets back, we'll present it to her, but today we are going to be picking out fabric. Last I talked to her, she requested purples. We're going to try to find something purple for her, so hopefully we'll be able to find what we need in my fabric stash. Let's go pick out some fabric then. But before we actually start digging through it and figuring out which fabric we're going to be using, I kind of wanted to go over my process for picking out fabric. My process usually entails me going to a thrift store. So I find fabric and bed sheets and give them new life. So in the beginning, I would just buy anything and everything that I felt looked cool. And it was just overwhelming and I was just not spending my money wisely. So I decided to wrangle it down a little bit, especially since I want my products to be more historically accurate. So everything that I buy is 100% cotton or 100% linen. But let's talk a little bit more about the fabric that I will be using for this project. So since when I first started, I would buy anything and everything, and then I switched over to only cotton and linen. I have decided to use all of my polyester fabric as my mock-up fabric. That's kind of my process on how I'm going to pick the fabric for this. So this cloak might end up being purple and gray. We're going to see what I have in my stash. Let's get to finding this fabric. We're going to start with these two because these two are like more of your basic fabrics. I think these ones are more flannel, and I don't think I have any, so we may not even look in there at all. I have a couple little things of purple. I don't know if they'll be enough, but we could try those. So we have this purple fabric that's kind of see-through, so I haven't used it yet. This looks like it's not a whole lot of purple, but we'll pull these out and we'll see if they're going to be enough. We're going to check in this one. Because like I could do this gray. It's not a really pretty gray. This one's prettier. I think we're going to do this purple and gray. If it's not enough, then we'll switch over to like probably this purple. But we're going to do these first. Then the last thing that I'll do today is cutting out the pattern pieces that I need. So I need 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. This will be really cool. I'm excited to try this. So we're gonna give this a shot. So now that we have all the pieces cut out, I'm going to tape together the one piece that I'm going to need. Probably going to do that off camera just because you saw me kind of put it together. It was the very first piece. I kind of laid it together and probably be done for the day because I still need to go make food. I'm going to go do that. Hello. Today is going to be a little bit of trial and error. Since we want to be able to use the fabric that we picked out yesterday, but we may not be able to. So we'll see. That's going to be the trial and error. We're going to see if we can use this purple. I have a feeling we can use this purple. I feel like it might be a little bit too earth tony for what she wants. So we're going to try this one and hopefully this one will work. If not, then we'll try this one. Worst case scenario, that one doesn't work. And then we try another one. We're going to do that and we're going to lay this fabric out and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. And if it does, we got ourselves a project. So let's do that and we'll get to it. The biggest difference between like the actual designs of these patterns and my product is that I always line everything. But while I was looking at this pattern, I noticed that there's two separate pieces and they make up the full thing. I don't feel like that's necessary for a lining. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut these pieces out of the purple fabric and then I'm going to cut them out and then sew them together and use those pieces as kind of like a template for the gray fabric, because I think the gray fabric is going to be the lining and then we'll have the purple be the outside. I don't think I have enough of the purple to do all of the cloak in the solid purple. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have the flare that around the shoulders and the hood be in this solid material. And then I think I'm going to have the rest of it, so this main piece, be in the other purple. I feel like it'll add a little bit of color and contrast, but I feel like this will turn out good. So that's the plan. Whew. This is the nerve-wracking part because once you do this, there's no really turning back. So let's do this. From editing, Ashley. So while I was going through the footage, I realized that I didn't give an explanation for what happened on Saturday. I didn't get very far because I skipped a very crucial step in the whole sewing process. You need to wash your fabric before you use it. So I washed them at least once before I start actually like cutting it out and working with it. That's a crucial step whether you're thrifting or not thrifting and just planning on washing what you're going to be making. I'm going to remember to do that step in the future because I lost 2 full days of work because I was recovering from that reaction. But yeah, that's what happened on Saturday. That's why I didn't get very much done. That's why I had to work on Monday. So I just wanted to explain that. So let's get back to the sewing process. Let's get this done. Hello. I might be going a little slower today because today's usually my weekend. But since I didn't get very much done on Saturday, I have to make up for it today. So I'm going to be cutting out the liner based on all the purple. I'm going to be cutting this down and make sure that they're all same size and they are symmetrical. And then we'll start cutting these out. And we're going to get to it. What we have 2 sets of the backing, 2 sets of the front, 2 sets of the hood, and then these will be the closures where I will put the buttons. But I might end up cutting out a second set of these just so I can see if I want to do the purple or the gray, or maybe I will do it so the gray is on one side and the purple's on the other. I don't know. This is where I usually start modifying the design. Is other than the linings, I usually change the closures because a lot of these designs kind of require you to buy certain closures, and I don't want to go out and buy more random closures. I have buttons and I have a feeling that this will be really cute. So that's kind of where the experimenting goes with these kind of patterns, and where I modify them the most is the closures. I'll usually switch out like hoods. I don't know if I'm gonna like this hood just because it's so big and square. I have some more shapely hoods that aren't as bulky. Also, this pattern calls for a collar piece to hide the stitch between the hood and the cape, but I have a feeling that's going to be really heavy, so I'm just going to do what I have been doing with all the other capes and just make sure that the hood is in between the outer layer and the lining. I've usually made them work, so I have a feeling I can just make it work. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Next time you see me, we will be in the sewing room ready to get sewing. And here is the hood. It's not quite done. I still need to press and then sew down the front so it's a nice crisp edge. And I like to put a little bit of a stitch in the back so the 2 layers can have a secure point when you're putting it on and taking it off. But I'll do that when I'm finishing everything. Here's the hood. And I think I'm gonna end there for tonight. I feel like I made some good progress today, so I'm gonna try to get it done tomorrow so that either Wednesday or Thursday we'll do the reveal. I'm gonna call it a night. See you tomorrow. Today we're gonna start working on the main body of the cape, and hopefully we'll get that all put together. And then on Thursday we will do the reveal. So we're gonna start putting this together. Here we go. I have both of the pieces of the body sewn together. I left a little bit of a gap here, so when I get the closure done, I can put it in there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and slide it in between these 2 layers so that I can sew the collar together, and it'll be all on the inside when I flip this piece right side out and line that up so it sits just right. So now it's time for the nerve-wracking part, putting the 2 big pieces together. While I'm doing this, I might end up just making the little strap part. Let's do this. moment of truth. Looks like I did it right. Did it correctly. Yay! That's exciting. I'm gonna go in and sharpen up these corners because they're all not quite 100% turned out. And I'll either use my scissors or a knitting needle to make sure that I can get those corners nice and sharp. And then I will fold this in and add the closure to it. Then all I'll have to do is sew the hem and make sure that it's nice and finished. And then I'll be done. We'll do the reveal with her on Thursday. So let's finish her up. Welcome to the reveal. This is Lauren, my sister-in-law. So we're gonna have her open this and see what she thinks.
I'm super excited. I've been on the edge of my seat for a few days now. Well, really since you started sewing, I've been like, when is it my turn?
Well, it's your turn today.
So excited. Oh my gosh, that color is so pretty. And the button, that was a good choice. That was a good choice.
I thought it would be a good choice.
I feel like I need to open it to the camera like. Oh my good, oh, the hood. Sorry, just take a second. That's beautiful. Are there two different kinds of fabrics?
Yeah.
So pretty, oh my gosh.
I figured that would be a fun contrast.
It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm putting it on. Oh, it's like, I like the weight of it where it's not like super heavy, but it feels like it's gonna hold its shape. I'm actually obsessed.
I thought it was like the perfect length, and so just like it's not going to get in the way. You can walk around and not worry about it.
Shout out to the custom length here because the last one I tried on for a different client that I stole for a quick try on was very long.
Yeah, so I feel like this is more of an adventure length.
This I can frolic in the forest, which is what I really want.
All right, the hood.
I love it. Oh yeah.
You were excited.
Will you do the honors? Oh, okay. I'm obsessed. Oh, as I'm losing it. Okay, wait. This makes me feel so powerful.
So, That's the indoor reveal. Do we want to go outside and get some action shots with this thing?
Absolutely, we do.
All right, let's do this thing. All right, wrap up time. So I'm gonna go over some of the things I liked and some of the things that I didn't like, things I'm gonna modify later. So things that I liked, Lauren loved it. She helped me like a champ and I love her so much. She's so awesome. I look forward to having her model for me in the future. She seemed really excited to be helping me out in that regard. You might be seeing more of her. I feel like the fabric turned out great. I love the contrast between the gray and the purple and then the two different purples. I feel like they look pretty good together. I don't know if you have a different opinion. If you do, leave it down in the comments. The engagement is always good. It turned out great. It looks like an awesome piece of Renaissance attire and I'm looking forward to her having the full experience of an amazing Ren fair, and I hope that we'll be able to find a couple this year for us to go to. It's a lot longer than I was expecting this pattern to be. In the photo it looks really short, but like it turned out to be a really good length. So some of the cons with the actual pattern itself, the modifications I will be making is I will be modifying the shoulders are really wide and really bulky and I feel like they're unflattering for women. I don't know, when I was wearing it I didn't feel super majestic and comfortable, just because I'm pretty particular about where my robes sit. If I do use this pattern for female capes again, I will be cutting this out and taking a good chunk of this top part off and just making it a little sleeker. The other thing that I want to modify is the hood. I know Lauren said she loves it, but I feel like it's just a little too big for my liking and it just seems a little sad to me, and I don't like sad hoods. Like that is one of my passions, is a happy hood. Happy hood makes me happy, so I want a happy hood. And this just doesn't feel like it's super happy. This fabric is pretty light, it's pretty thin. So like I wasn't expecting it to be super happy. It just feels like it's a little too big for its own happiness, you know? So I think I'm gonna use a different hood pattern next time I put this together, just because I want it to be a little bit smaller and not too small. I have one that I really like. It's still a big, majestic hood. It's just a little smaller than this and it has a little more shape to it. But yeah, the process, I'm going to wash my fabric before I work with it next time. That hair killed me for 2 days and I couldn't do anything. So I think I'm gonna avoid that. I need to be able to live. Yeah, those are the pros and cons of the video. So I think that's all I have for this project. So you'll be seeing this in the background of a couple more videos. The next couple of videos will be product that I will be putting on my website. But that's all I have for this video. So if you like how this video turned out, feel free to stick around and hit that subscribe button. Feel free to like it. Engagement really helps out the channel. If you have any tips or anything that you want to see in the future, if you have any critiques on how I did, constructive and positive criticism is very much welcome because I'm still new at this and I want to get better for you guys and I want to be able to make content that you guys can enjoy. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and that you stick around because I'm trying to figure out a schedule. If you have any suggestions on when you would like to see these videos come out, right now I am shooting for Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, just because that's when the last one went out. If you like that schedule, let me know and I'll see how it goes. Another thing is if you want to see my TikToks or follow me on Instagram, all that information will be in the description. This is the very first outro I've ever done. So with that, I think I'm going to call it. Still working on an outro as well because this is my very first one. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Stay majestic and I'll see you next time.